Welcome to Driving with Christian. I am Christian Evans. As an Uber driver, I'm here to help you, my fellow Uber driver, by sharing my tips and my experiences. Today I will be telling you about the time somebody threw up in my car. Man. All right, story time. So, this is about the time somebody threw up in my car, and yes, as an Uber driver, this is part of the job that you are afraid to deal with. And I don't know, maybe you're not really afraid of somebody throwing up in your car. I mean, I was. This is, my car, my baby. I'm still making payments on this thing. And that was just one thing that I feared. I'm like, man, I don't want anybody to throw up in my car. I just don't want anybody to throw up in my car. One night, it's probably about 10 o'clock. It was maybe about my first month and a half of Uber driving. And sorry for the shakiness of the video. But anyway, it was about my first month and a half of Uber driving. And it was probably about 10 o'clock at night. I go to, there was this country music concert or whatever, getting out, and picked these guys up. It was 3 of them. So picked them up about 10:30, somewhere around there. It was early night for me. And I picked them up, and 2 people got in the back, and one person got in the front. So, the guy sitting next to me, he was just kind of quiet. And, I didn't think nothing of it. I could smell, a little bit of alcohol in their breath or beer or what may have you. And I'm like, all right, I ain't pay no mind to it. Get in, confirm that it was them who I was picking up. And, it was like, okay, you're going to this place or whatever. So I pulled off, and no more than 2 minutes goes by, and all of a sudden I see out the corner of my eye, the guy next to me is going like this. He's literally going like this, and I don't know what's going on. It's like, for some reason, I'm thinking about aliens, when the alien jumps on their face or whatever, and all of a sudden he's like moving back and forth like this, and just everything just explodes. And I'm like, it was just slow motion. Every time I tell the story, I just remember different parts of it. And so it gets all on the passenger side window. It gets on my rear view mirror. It gets all on my dash. And since I had my hands on the wheel, both of my hands on the wheel, it even got on my hand. I literally blacked out for like 5 seconds. And like I said, we weren't even 2 minutes into the ride, and I immediately stopped. I said, get out. You got to get out right now. Just get out right now. And I just couldn't believe it. And so, I'm on the phone with my brother, because he's an Uber driver as well. And he's like, what happened? I'm like, man, these guys just threw up in my car. And he was like, what? I'm like, yes. And that was about the most disrespectful thing anybody could ever done to me. You throw up in my car, and the guy, he was just very quiet. I keep trying to replay it over and over again, like, okay, what could I have done differently? Should I have asked him? But in my opinion, he knew he had to throw up before he even got in the car. And that's the thing. So if you're out there driving at night, try to vet these people. Try to look at them and, ask them, hey, man, you all right? You need me to pull over or whatever. But, this guy, he threw up. He didn't even give me any warning or whatsoever. So I kicked him out, and it just so happened that I had a little bit of cleaning solution in my car. I had made a video about, things that you should have in your trunk, and it just so happened that, I had a bottle of, at that time, I think it was, some water and some dishwashing liquid, and I had some towels, but I didn't have like any plastic gloves or anything like that. But, I had a little bit of, stuff. So, good thing that I had some rubber mats down on my car, because that's like where a lot of the vomit went, down there. And then I went to the gas station, and I'm just livid at this point in time. So I'm trying to wipe everything down. You know, I'm going to the gas station, asking them, do they have like any, plastic gloves? So, I can protect myself. I don't know what this person has or had, or, whatever the case may be, as far as, disease or, whatever. It's somebody's bodily fluid coming from their bowels or their stomach. And, I was just very mad. Something got on my seat and everything like that. So I'm spending my time, wiping everything down. And my brother's like, hey, man, I help you clean it up. And I'm like, well, that's fine. It wasn't a lot, but, it wasn't a little. What frustrated me the most is that it was a night where it was busy, man. It was, I was making a lot of money that night. I think I was up to like $75 in a matter of about 6 or 7 trips. And here in Peoria, that's kind of rare, where you can get that. And I had to take a whole hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get a lot of that stuff cleaned out. What I did was take a picture of everything, and I sent it to Uber, and they reimbursed me $150. So if anybody throws up in your car, immediately take a picture, send it to Uber, report the passenger and says that, somebody threw up in my car, and they'll reimburse you. They did it quick as far as for me. They, reimbursed me that day. And from what I hear, they kicked the passenger off the app for a year. And make it so bad, I don't even think the person who threw up was the actual person who ordered the Uber. I think it was one of his friends. So if that is true about them kicking them off of the app for a year, then, your buddy, got you kicked off the app for a year. So, that's just one thing just to be mindful of and pay attention to. If you're going out, let's say, even if you Uber, if your friends are, being a little bit too rowdy, just make sure, you got them under control, because they could possibly jeopardize your Uber account as an Uber rider. So, the next day, I was able to get, the rest of like that acid and stuff out of my cloth of my seats in my car. My brother helped me out, and I've just been kind of traumatized ever since. So from here on out, when people are a little bit, too drunk, in my opinion, I ask them, say, hey, are you okay? You got throw up, even before I let them even get in my car, because I don't want that situation to happen again. And so that's my story about the time somebody threw up in my car. Let me know if somebody threw up in your car and how you handled it. And yeah, just let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you are driving with Christian.